The former lead singer of the Newsboys is responding to allegations of sexual and drug abuse. Michael Tait released a confession online. He admitted in it to abusing both cocaine and alcohol while also confessing to touching other men in unwanted ways. He says he's ashamed of his life's choices and that he can't make any excuses for those. Tait says he left the band back in January to get help.